Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, everyone. This is Epic Fail, episode 197. Holy crap. You'd think I'd get used to these high numbers by now, but no, I really don't. I am Draven Dresden. With me, once again this week, the one, the only, the gnome with the hat.
Sorry, I had to finish another fry. Oh, it was so good. Yes, it's
What's up,
good to be back.
Frazley? How you doing, Fraz? Been a while.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks I was like, it felt weird not being here with you. I mean, like, I had, it's like a long distance relationship. It felt so sad. I missed you a lot.
There are so many comments I could make right now. I don't even know where I could go with it except to say no.
Hey,
no.
I don't think you're my type, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, it just wouldn't work out, Fraz. I'm sorry. You're
No, I
100%
think
not my type.
Nope, and I don't think we're compatible. I think we would drive each other up the wall.
No. I have a 6-foot sword, so there's only so much wall driving that would be needed.
That's how long it is? Wow.
Well, you know. There's a reason I do okay with the ladies, because it ain't this, I'll tell you.
Giggity.
So, you were on vacation. How was that?
Really good. It was really hot. I was over in Williamsburg. It had a lot of fun. Got to play a little bit because the Wi-Fi actually worked. Then the only thing was when we got home, we were all tired and we watched movies. So that was the only issue. Like, I didn't get as far as I wanted. So people are flying and I'm like, I'm still catching up. But it was a good vacation. The funniest thing about Williamsburg, though, they're on a peninsula. And one of the people that was working there described Williamsburg in summer as being inside of a dog's mouth. And I have just had that in my head ever since.
Okay, I mean, I describe Ohio as America's armpit, so...
I could. Yep. Hey, my armpit smells the same as where I live, so yep, absolutely.
I mean, I wasn't gonna go that far, but okay. Sure. Okay, so other than your vacation, I'm glad you had a good time, by the way. What all have you been up to?
A lot of WoW, just getting in with WoW. Kind of, I have the Gnome Heritage armor finally, and it looks brilliant. So every gnome I have now wears it, no matter what. I think at this point they can take transmog out of the game because we only need the gnomes. Well, okay. Are you sure? And the gnome stuff is amazing. It has like the goggles and the gears.
See, you can't take transmog out of the game because you can only wear it if you're a gnome.
That's the point.
But not every class can be a gnome.
Well, then those classes don't exist anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to unsubscribe to this game then. I have one gnome and it's a Death Knight and it's level 56.
Oh,
and it's been 56 for a while.
So you have to catch up and all that and get some of those condiments.
Nah. No, I think I'm good leaving it where it is if I keep it at all. There's a reason I had it. I think it has an... I have to think. Maybe it has a name that I liked.
And I would say Mechagon... This is going to surprise people. Of Mechagon and Yashatar, I prefer Nashitar. I'm going to really anger a lot of people, but I feel like Nashitar, I can follow things better. In Mechagon, I'm still trying to figure out where to go sometimes. I mean, I like it. I love that it's gnome lore and stuff like that. And it's just Nashitar feels more complete, but it's also like part of the story, and Mechagon's kind of a side story. So I could see that part, and it's supposed to be a little bit more find where you go. I was listening to Ro last night on Azra's Roundtable talking about the difference, and he said, yeah, Mechagon, at least in the beginning, is supposed to be more you learn where you're going, you don't know where you're going. I'm like, that fits. And I don't like that style as much sometimes, which is why I like sometimes the hand holding. And one of the reasons why, for me, Classic's not my game, but it's cool that there's that we're going back to some of that, finding the secrets. Until you're like me and you go on Wowhead after you can't find that one place you're going, and you're like, how? Like, I went up to this rig today, and I'm like, what do I do with it? I'm supposed to go here for a daily. I don't know what I'm doing. I go on Wowhead. Oh, you need this and this and this and this to do this. And if you have all three and the sun is over Venus, not Uranus, then it's all good.
Well, I was going to try to explain Mechagon to you, but after a joke like that, I might just leave.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so anyway, Mechagon, I'm just going to ignore the joke, is kind of like the Timeless Isle. You just go places. Like, you'll get some dailies and stuff, so it's a little... Its format is kind of like Timeless Isle if there were dailies.
Okay.
So you just go and do stuff and you kill rares, and that's really all there is. I mean, you can kill random mobs all you want, but honestly, just kill the rares. So, if you don't have it, get an add-on Tomcat Tours, or if you have handy notes, just get the Mechagon module for it, and it'll put little stars on your map. You'll see where they are. And most of the time, general chat will be like, hey, this mob is up. And if you're not near it, don't bother, because it's going to die before you get there.
Okay, I've had that. Like I've been looking the mini map for the rares, and like when I see it, I get it there, and sometimes it's like it's gone.
Yeah,
Especially now that a lot of people are flying.
Yeah, I mean, if you have flying, your range for how far you can be away expands a little bit depending on which rare it is. Like if it's Rust Feather, because it drops a mount. Just unless you're right there, just don't. Excuse me. But yeah, that's really all I can say about Mechagon. I don't know which one I prefer, to be honest. Now that I have flying, which I have flying.
Nice.
Yeah. It took me all of not even a week. Bear in mind, human, Dark Moon Fair, and contracts.
Okay, and I keep now. Where are the contracts? I've been hearing about these.
Honestly, the auction house. Yeah.
Got
you
it.
just look up contract and you look up the two new reps, and boom, there you go. They last for a week.
Okay, I should go do those, because I've been hearing people talk about that. Like people talk about like World Quest. I'm like, where? That explains it. So
Yeah, if you're progressed far enough, you get World Quests in both, and then you can do those, and the contracts work there. But they also work if you do your World Quest anywhere BFA. I mean, it's only going to be like 10 rep per World Quest, but that adds up pretty quick. Especially if you're like me and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to get my flying tomorrow. I'm going to go do every single World Quest. That's a good 300, 350 rep at just 10 rep each.
yeah.
Easy. Actually more, especially since I'm a human, I get an extra 10%. And then on top of that, Dark Moon Fair, which stacks, that's another 10%. So instead of 10 rep, I'm getting 12 rep. And it doesn't sound like much, but again, you do enough of them, it adds up quick. And it turns out I didn't need to do all those daily quests because I got flying Like I got my revered so fast that like I still had dailies for that day. I was like, I didn't need to do them. Oh well. I wanted to make sure. And I made gold.
Absolutely.
And I made some gold, I got some artifact power, all that fun stuff. The sad part of that is I've had very little time since then to enjoy flying. Like I got to log in for raid on Wednesday. And then we got 4 bosses, which isn't too bad for, first night for our group. And I'm not going to badmouth anyone, but we did have quite a few people literally day of raid say, hey, we're not raiding with you guys anymore. We're going to go to this other team. I'm not going to badmouth anyone. I'm not going to name them. They know who they are. They're not listening anyway, so it's fine. I was not the only one more than a little upset at this.
I wouldn't. I mean, it'd be one thing if they talked with you ahead of time to say, "Hey, I'm kind of feeling like maybe this team might be better." It is another thing to be like, "Hey, you're relying on me tonight. I'm gone."
It wouldn't have been nearly as bad if one of them wasn't one of the main tanks.
Oh, yeah.
There was no warning at all, and they were like, "We gave you as much warning as we knew." I was like, "No, you didn't." I haven't said a word. I'm not gonna name them, but there was a few bridges burnt that day. We'll just put it that way.
Hopefully, they didn't rob the guild bank and stuff like that.
We don't have our own guild bank.
Okay,
We never bothered with it. We just bring our own stuff.
that's probably a good thing. Otherwise, you would have also been like, "Hey, we took all your mats."
I don't think they would have done that, but unless they put all the mats in. But I wouldn't know. But yeah, so that was fun. So we got a late start because we had to figure out, okay, who can tank, who can heal, because one of our healers decided the day before that he's going to take a break for a patch or two. And it was just, one thing after another, and like it ended up being a 5-man group, and it was just,
ooh,
yeah.
And these are we were in normal or heroic of the new raid.
We start with normal.
Okay,
We normally we didn't bother with normal for Crucible, but normally we would go through normal and then do heroic. Where in Crucible we just did heroic and said screw normal, which I don't understand that logic at all ever. But I understand the gear isn't what we needed, but learning mechanics would have been a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
so
it's what it is.
For 5-man, it was easier than if you had done like heroic.
Oh no, no. This was the raid team. We lost 5 of the 20. So it was a tank, a healer, and 3 DPS that all vanished. Now, I will admit, my attendance for the past couple of weeks has been spotty at best, but I gave them warning saying, hey, it's going to be for a bit, but I'm not quitting. I'm just, until things get settled where I work, which they gave me a key to the building last night.
Ooh.
I did not want a key. That means responsibility.
Absolutely. It means like, hey, we're grooming you for more responsibility.
I mean, I already closed the place up at the end of the night, 5 nights a week. On average, I don't want anything. Like, I don't want it anymore. Like, people lock the doors when they leave. I don't need to worry about it.
You know what you could do is you could be like fan of the opera and be fan of the theater and have like a little studio downstairs where you do all your gaming and podcasting.
There's no downstairs. Well, it's a basement downstairs. There's no internet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not anything. But what I could do, and I know this is possible because they said they did it before, I could hook up my computer to, well, I mean, if they had internet, I could hook up my computer to the projectors and play on the big screen.
Ooh, that would be amazing.
The only problem is I would need a wireless keyboard and a table, for in front of me, because I already have a wireless mouse. So that's not the issue. And then I would need internet, and then I could literally play anytime I wanted when there wasn't a movie playing, which would be really late at night. But
And you would be the star of the next Warcraft movie, your own movie.
yeah, I don't think it would do much better in the U.S. than the actual movie.
You never know. I mean, here's Draven Esports.
No. Although I did have the idea earlier, I was like, I could go in and watch. Well, since Spider-Man's out, I could go in and watch Spider-Man at 2 a.m. and no one would know because no one's there. And I was like, no, probably won't do that either.
No, well, you know, at that point, if you did it, somebody would walk in who would see you. I mean, any of those plans, someone would just walk in and be like, "Aha, you're the one eating all the popcorn at night."
No. They know for a fact that I wouldn't. If the popcorn was disappearing, they know it wouldn't be me. They know I don't eat it.
Okay.
So you're the reason why the random soda flavor that definitely isn't Pepsi. Because why do movie theaters always have Coke?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean,
No, I don't want Coke. I want Pepsi.
could it be because I know Coke is salty or not as sweet as Pepsi? Maybe. No, but you would want the sweet because, like, I know they sell the popcorn, so you drink more. So then you run out of more drinks. So then you, yeah, there's a reason why.
And they also try to fill the cups up with ice, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
I
because you're also.
I just automatically presume they tell me light ice, so I don't have to do that much. But
Thank you. You are the hero we deserve. Thank you.
oh God, what's the word come to? Anyway, that's pretty much been my week. I got flying and I'm on the last day of the Mechano spider mount thing.
Oh, nice. Have you decided which color you're getting?
I don't know yet if I can color. I'm assuming I can color it. I got a whole bunch of new colors. I can do Fellmint green. I can do Fireball red. I have orange, and I have my standard gold, which I have for the cat, which I could probably recolor the cat if I want to.
Ooh, nice.
I'm just gonna go through and be like, I should probably look up if I could recolor them if I color them because I don't know what they look like yet. I was hoping there was a black one, and no, I haven't seen a black paint yet.
Well, I mean, don't forget orange is the new black. That worked perfectly. I actually had that before you even said that there's no black color. I mean, I hadn't.
I walked right into that one, and not just walk. I lowered my head and ran full speed right at it. Like I saw the bullseye. I was like, "There's no way he'll say
it." So you knew I was going to say that?
I had a feeling. So with that, we should probably go ahead and talk about like actual show stuff and not just what did we do. I mean, I'm sure we'll get more into what we did this week too, but
well, I mean, AI could learn how I mean, because you know my habits by now. AI could learn my habits, and then there could be an AI right here, so that you could just talk to an AI.
So you're telling me I should just invest in an AI so I don't have to worry about finding co-hosts when you're not around?
Exactly, and that way the AI.
Hi, I am Frazley. How are you?
I did not expect that. Yeah.
To which I've got the perfect picture here, and all I got to do is crop it and all that, and I can get it up on screen for an AI. I know the perfect AI that I would use. You know that what's that movie? 2001, is it?
Yes.
Is that the one that has the computer that goes crazy?
No, I mean Hal, the one who's like, "I'm sorry, Dave."
I cannot do that, Dave.
That one.
Yeah,
Yes. Yep. That's Hal.
there we go. New co-host. Have to resize it, but it'll be fine.
How are you today, Draven? Did you have a good week in the world of Warcraft?
Why, yes. Creepy AI voice. It was wonderful. I got to fly, and then I haven't really played a whole lot since, outside of Raid. Which,
Why did you not get to play a lot since outside of Raid?
well, there's this thing called real life and work.
Define work.
That thing you should be doing now, and I'll get back to it.
Okay, I can do that.
So why are we discussing AI right now?
I have no idea why we're discussing AI. You just kind of went on a tangent. I was going to talk about DeepMind. Oh, that would be why. So, DeepMind, that StarCraft AI goofy thing, they put out an update, and basically, if you are good enough, you might get the chance to play against DeepMind in the actual StarCraft ladder.
That is cool.
Now, I am both happy for this and very happy that DeepMind is not eligible to be the winner of the ladder.
That's good. Yes.
Because that would just be like, no, that's not good. I mean, I kind of want them to be on the ladder, but they're just not eligible to win it.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would just end up at some point being like DeepMind wins against DeepMind.
Yeah. DeepMind 1 beats DeepMind 2.
Yes.
DeepMind 1 took DeepMind 2 out back and beat it like the redheaded stepchild that it is.
And it is interesting. Well, you'll know apparently that it's an AI when you're playing.
Yeah, it'll definitely tell you, hey, you're playing against DeepMind. Congrats. Enjoy your loss.
Yes, because they're gonna pummel you. Hey, it's better than the original AI. Like I remember, like AI, like in Battlefield 1942, you'd play up against it, and it would just be running into a wall, shooting at the wall. I'm right over here. Where are you? I mean, and the bots never want. So at least it's good AI.
Yeah. And they did manage to make it so that if it can't see what you're doing, it doesn't know what you're doing, as opposed to some other AI that always knew what you were doing, so they could always counter you. So you just kind of had to race them. But I don't know. I'm still I'm excited for this, but at the same time, I'm like, please don't Terminator us. Please don't Terminator us. Please don't Terminator us.
Yeah, I mean, and it's interesting that it's against some of the really good players of StarCraft. So it's like it's going to learn as you go, even like some of these players. So it's not going to make. If it was noobs that were going up against it, it'd be like, okay, that noob went that way. But these are people that are good, so it's like,
Yeah. Plus, you got to sign up to be able to do it in the first place. So for those of you StarCraft players and watchers and viewers and all that out there, cough, Alessander, cough. If you feel like it and you think you're good enough, sign up. Play against DeepMind. Let us know what happened. Did you have fun? Did you win a battle? Did you last longer than 5 minutes? Details at 11.
and I know I'm not good enough to go against it because I don't play StarCraft, so I would know I would. But if I did, I would not be good enough to play.
I don't even play against people. That's how little. Like, I play StarCraft for the campaign, and then after that, I'm done. Like, I might go through and, like, oh, I could get this achievement because that was an easy map or something like that. You know, difficult it up and all that. But against other people, no. Last time I played against someone was the beta for Heart of the Swarm, I think? Maybe it was the Protoss one. I don't remember. I think it was the Protoss one. But I got my level 1 account got put up against a level 50 account.
Ooh. Yeah.
And I was like, hi, I'm new. And they got through my base. Like, because you build it. Strategy number 1 is don't let them in your base if possible. So I walled off my entrance, and they just walked right through it because they had a thing that had that ability. And I was like, leave game, uninstall. I still bought the game when it came out. I still played against the AI for, the campaigns and all that. Never played against another person. I just, nope. No, thank you.
It's weird. Like in WoW, I don't like playing against other players because, like in PvP, because they're better at the PvP than I am. But even like PvE whoops my behind a lot because of how good it is. But in a thing like this, it is interesting the line that's being drawn, and I would like to see the AI and DeepMind being brought over to things like World of Warcraft, not just for PvP but for PvE. I would like things to get smarter.
I'm fine with that, but I want them to limit how smart these AIs get.
Yeah, because there is a point where like if there's no possible way to win, then yeah, it's
No,
I
I
mean it
don't.
just becomes
I don't mind that part of it. I mean, that would suck. Hey, you're going against this thing that can't lose. Log out.
exactly, yeah. There has to be a
Log
balance, and even
log back in. Oh, you're going against them again. No, I'm not going against them. Log out.
and that's why I think even with this, there has to be a fine line of how much, because like with anything, you want to give the player enough of a victory and enough of a reward to keep going. Because if you're just losing, what's the initiative for you to get back in and play again? There are games that I keep losing at that I don't play.
I mean, it's a mindset thing, but I know, especially since we're talking StarCraft, most of the pros lose more than they win.
Wow.
If you really think about it. If you go to every single tournament, there can be only one winner. And sometimes it's the same person over and over. Sometimes it isn't. But most of them lose more than they win.
The whole tournament though,
Yeah.
that they still win matches.
Yeah, they still win matches. They move up in the tournament. But once they're at a certain point, like everything before like top 8 or something, most of them don't count as wins because they're going against people that they know they can beat. There are exceptions, there are upsets, stuff like that, but in general, the pros don't fight each other before like round 16. Like it starts at like 64 that they don't really show on Twitch or anything. And then it goes 32, sometimes shown, 16 most of the time shown, 8, 4, 2, 1, that kind of thing.
So even your victories, they're kind of given to you, or I mean not given to you, but you accept like, okay, I just need to.
Most of the victories for like the early on is kind of like, of course they won. They're this person.
Yeah,
That kind of thing. But I mean, that's the pro tournaments. This is DeepMind is in the ladder, which is how people qualify for tournaments a lot of the time. So you're not going to see DeepMind winning any tournaments because they're not eligible, obviously. Show matches maybe, but
so if you signed up and you're in the ladder to go up, this could hurt your chances at winning the tournament because you lost against them.
I don't know how it would work, but I do know only a certain level of player is going to be able to go against DeepMind, which is going to be like the Grandmaster, the highest level. I don't think it would take points away because, based on your rankings and stuff, I don't know all the details on that. I am sure Alessander will know all these details way better than I will. So I will ask her and we'll find out, here within the next week or so. Because I think she's she's busy tonight and couldn't make it. Which is sad. Hi, Alexander. You were missed.
Yeah, we missed Alexander.
Yeah.
And we don't want AI to replace you. We want you.
AI Asunder.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh no, she has been replaced. Now I'm getting
no.
pictures of Superman 3 when that person gets wrapped in metal. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Yeah, that was a terrible movie.
Well, I mean, anything after Superman 2 was a terrible movie for Superman movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really care for Man of Steel either. That was not Superman. That was Superman fan fiction.
I saw the Superman that from like early 2000s, but I did not seen the latest.
Oh, you saw the Christopher Reeve lookalike guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Yeah, I don't remember anything of that one because there's just I think I ate popcorn and was just like, okay, this is a movie.
It's a something.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would call it a movie. It was an attempt at a movie. But anyway, we should probably get back to our topic because I don't want to go bashing movies because I do that for a living.
Yes.
Wait, you work at a movie theater? Yep. Among other things I do, I work at a movie theater.
Do you ever tell somebody, oh, you don't want to see that movie?
I am not allowed to say bad things about movies we are showing.
That's probably a smart idea. I mean, like,
as such, if you, and neither is any other movie theater person, so if they are actually bad mouthing a movie and saying this movie is garbage, they are not allowed to do that. So
I can see that.
So what we do, we will find something positive, like, oh, the CGI in it was amazing, or we'll find something random to say positive about it, so that we don't have to be like, yeah, the movie was terrible. Now, we are allowed to say good things about movies. So we can say, oh, yeah, we loved it, or yeah, it's been really busy, or, whatever. I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things. But if we say something positive about the movie, and it is not people saying it's good, I thought it was good, etc. and so forth, if we go with some random detail, like, oh, the cinematography was excellent, there's a good chance the movie is not very good.
It reminds me
in
of
that
a
person's
Bollywood
opinion.
movie. I saw this Bollywood movie. I could not follow the story whatsoever, but I was just amazed at the cinematography. I still remember that to this day.
That was Aladdin.
You got me off guard.
I did not see all of Aladdin, but because I work at the theater a lot, I get to see bits and pieces of a whole lot of them. Aladdin had some dance numbers. And in cartoon, it works. In live action, it doesn't work as well. In my opinion.
I've heard that the new Lion King is the same way, that it's kind of animals can't express as much as they can in the cartoons.
I don't know. I haven't seen it because it's not out yet. I do know the critics are not being nice to Lion King.
Yeah, and I'm still going to see it myself because I
never cared. I was like, oh, they're doing a Lion King. Good. One more movie I'm not going to go watch.
I love Lion King. When I was 5, I recited every line of it, and I know my parents.
Marvel is pretty much the only Disney movie I go to see because they're Marvel, and I don't care that Disney's attached to it. Disney movies are not for me in an overall kind of thing. They're too happy.
There was a Lion King thing when someone on YouTube did a thing when the Disney bought Marvel. Disney Marvel. It was the opening song.
The Game of Thrones theme. That's what it sounds like.
It was kind of like the Circle of Life, but I can see that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I still get a kick out of the Peter Dinklage, where they just say Peter Dinklage over to the entire. I was just like, it's so stupid, but it was great.
Well, the name is amazing.
Well, there's that
Peter
too.
Dinklage.
Yeah, there's that too. But it was such a dumb idea, and I was like, oh, but that's so perfect. It's great. You know what? You want to know else is perfect?
Yes.
flying in Battle for Azeroth.
That's what I've heard, because
It is
I'm almost
great.
there.
Okay. So, you can get flying now. Yay! People have been getting flying for a while. I got it a couple days after everyone else did. But I took a week off, so technically I would have gotten it before anybody else. I don't know how that worked. Except for I did use the Dark Moon Fair and contracts, which basically made it so that I could get it faster. So not really. I probably knocked off a day because of that. Maybe a day and a half. But anyway, Nazjatar and Mechagon are so much better when you can fly over them.
I can believe it, because like there are points like some of those crevices. Like I'm always following the path in Nazjatar, and I could see if I could just fly from here to here.
Yeah. What I would always do before I had flying over in Nazjatar, if I knew I had a long way to go and there was no flight point that I could take to get closer, I would try to get up as high as I could and run on the ceiling. Because there's a ceiling over most of Nazjatar, and you can get up there without cheating. I should point that out. You can get up there without cheating. And you just go. And you might not get exactly where you want, but you'll probably get somewhere near. There'll be a hole. The only downside is falling damage.
Oh, yep.
So it depends on your class. I play Paladin. I have a Demon Hunter. I have Mage. Those are my three mains overall. What do they all have in common?
Something to stop.
Screw fall damage. That's what they have in
Yeah.
common. I can jump off of anything and live. With the exception of the one elevator in Tomb of Sargeras, because it kills you partway down, whether you land on anything or not. So take the elevator or die. But, other than that, I used to jump up. Like, I remember the first time I took my Paladin to the tree that burned.
Teldrassil.
Yeah. I can never remember the name of it. Like, I know it's something Rasil and blah, 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 and all that, but yeah.
Just think of Nightlight.
Yeah. It was a nightlight. Now it's just, smoldering. But anyway, I remember taking my Paladin out there and I jumped off the tree. Why? Because I wanted to see how far I could fall. I thought I was closer to the ground than I was, so I hit bubble. Falling, 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 falling. Bubble. Falling, 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 falling. Keep falling, keep falling, keep falling, keep falling, keep falling. Bubble wears off. Falling, 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 falling. Oh. Thud, splat. That was the one time I had fall damage to my death. Now, I've had, before where, I lag out for a second every now and then. That happens. Not often, but it happens. And I'll take falling damage or, die from it. But, whatever. But overall, no big deal. My mage, no fall damage ever because slow fall. Demon Hunter, if you die from fall damage, you're just playing bad at Demon Hunter. You need to re-roll. Because you don't ever worry about it. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to let my wings glide out, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I wish I had that. And my mistaken in my theory that I think certain classes or certain races die more to the fall damage. Like I feel like gnomes have a it seems like when I'm on my gnomes, I die more to fall damage than I do on other characters.
Well, I would think partially it has to do with their class limitations. And then, yeah, pandas have reduced fall damage. Thank you, chat room. But in terms of gnomes, they can't be paladins because they're not tall enough to reach the light.
That one always makes me giggle.
They can't be demon hunters because only elves can be demon hunters for another couple expansions. And I don't think they can they be. Yeah, they can be mages.
Yes.
Yeah, so they can be mages, but then you have all the other ones that aren't mages. So I don't think they die any more than any other class. They just have more places they can because things like water doesn't always help.
Yes. No.
Like, I can walk through water, you can swim through water.
I remember a blue post a few years back where someone was like, in this one dungeon, we noticed in our stats that a lot of gnomes die. We were looking at adding a stepladder.
Yeah, and chat room's like, I think gnomes should be engineers, but maybe not. I don't know. Get the
I'm an
parachute
engineer,
cloak. Yeah, get the
but
parachute cloak.
I need to do that.
Yeah. And if you
Need
don't get that, there's other... You can make parachutes. There's potions of slow fall. You can team up with a mage. You could be a mage.
Which a lot of people think people think I'm a mage. I'm like, nope, I'm a warrior.
Yeah. Does it have pink hair?
No, blue hair.
Okay. Good enough, I guess. Like my Death Knight, just because I like irony, I made it, well, my second Death Knight, technically, since I transferred the one over. I have a Death Knight, which is a gnome, female, with pink hair. Why? Because I'm a fan of irony.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then your clothes get all wrinkly.
Well, no, I'm not even thinking that. I'm just, what's the cutest thing in Warcraft possible? Little gnome with pink hair.
Yes.
Make it a Death Knight.
Yeah. Regular night.
Yeah. No, gnomes aren't for me. Just from what little I've played of them, I just can't do it. But that's fine.
Hey.
That just means more gnomes for you.
Yes, absolutely. Because there is no shortage of gnomes.
There is a lot of short gnomes. There's a ton of shortage of them. They need stilts.
Yes. But they break. And if you get splinters.
Make better stilts then. Duh.
That's true.
Yeah. And I'm getting credit in chat room for my knowing how to actually use the word irony. Yes. Because it is not like that one song that I will not name because it is not how it works. Those are just unfortunate events.
Because your head literally explodes when people use irony the wrong way.
And with that, welcome back, Hal.
I am glad to be back. I missed you, Draven.
How's work going? Are we going to get through this little space trek of ours, or are we going to crash into something?
I am calculating. Beep, 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 beep. Okay.
Will it take 77 cycles?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
And 85 parsecs.
Okay. So with that, I'm going to let you do your calculation. I'm going to talk to Frazley again, despite my better judgment.
Okay. Please have face palms ready.
To throw at him? Sure.
You break me every episode, and I love it.
I break a lot of people, but usually it's not because of jokes.
Okay. And I still love you afterwards.
I'm sorry?
Platonically.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of breaking things, not really. So people found a way to break Mechagon, the dungeon. And by break, I mean activate all the hard modes, including the hidden one, which only became available today. So, if you can do it on Mythic 0. You don't have to do it on Plus. You can do them all on Mythic 0, so it's not going to be incredibly difficult for most fairly geared people. And by fairly geared, I'm thinking like 400, 410 plus. Probably would be just fine. Wowhead put up an article. Here's how you activate all the hard modes. One of them is clicking on a pile of poop. Not kidding. There's a robot dog that has poop.
Scrappy! Yes!
Yeah. And that's how you activate that particular hard mode. I don't know if it's clicking one or clicking multiple or whatever, but... Now, why would you activate hard modes instead of just blasting through everything? I'm glad you asked. I know you didn't, but you were thinking it. A few reasons. Number one, if you go through all of the hard modes in time without anyone dying, someone gets a mount. So if you go with the same 5 people, all of you get the mount. Like I said, you got to do all hard modes, and you got to do within a time limit. I believe it's not too bad, and no one can die. Now, the time limit is not a strict enforcement of the mount, but one of the hard modes is based with a time limit on it, like from the start. That's hence the time limit. The other reason is, just like every other hard mode, better gear.
Yes.
And if you do the hard modes on higher Mythic Plus levels, better gear. It stacks. Hard mode plus Mythic Plus equals better gear. That being said, don't do it if you don't think you can. Because if I have not gone into Mechagon Dungeon yet outside of an accident. Like, I meant to go around the door and not through it. And
yes,
the aforementioned lag happened, and I went through it, and then I got the loading screen, and I came out, and it looks like freaking Mechagon. I was like, what? And then I realized I was in the dungeon. Because I honestly, I really wasn't paying that much attention at the time.
and there's no way out of it. I had the same thing. I had to harsh back to Dalaran.
No, you can turn around and go back out.
Oh, I couldn't find the door.
It was literally right behind you.
Oh, well, it was like today I was in alternate Mechagon. I was trying to get out. It was like, how do I get out? I harsh back. Still alternate Mechagon. Oh, it's a buff. Got it.
Yep. It took me about 30 seconds to realize it was a buff because I did no research. I just, oh, Chromie's here. Oh, alternate timeline. Oh, I can do it on my own. Oh, how do I get... There's the buff. It took me about 30 seconds to find the buff because I had a lot of them.
I used Flightmaster and a Hearth.
Yeah. I've killed rares in the alt timeline because someone killed them in the regular one. That was fun. Not all of them show up, but a majority of them do.
Wait, so when someone kills it, it shows up in the alternate?
No, they just randomly pop up on their own timers.
Okay.
But someone killed a rare before I got there in the normal timeline. So when I went to the alternate timeline, I was like, look, the alt timeline rare's up. I'm going to go kill it.
Nice.
And then I realized it hit pretty hard.
Yes.
Luckily, a tank showed up and saved me. But yeah. I've killed most of the rares between both the timelines, but there's a couple that I'm like, I don't even know how to get to them, like the Klepto boss. I know it requires a drill to get to it, but I haven't seen the drill, and I haven't seen a cave to get to it. So I'm going to have to look it up. Because I want the Wheel of Fortune. The driving wheel thing. Because there's 2 of them. There's the crappy one, and then there's the one. And that one requires every single achievement for Mechagon that they have in the game.
I was writing on that one in one of the ones, like, it's a quest thing you can do. I was like, oh, this is so cool. I see why everybody wants it. Like, I wanted it from the beginning, but writing it was so cool to see the animation. Like, and I got to give it back. Ugh.
Wait until you get flying. When you do that quest, it itself doesn't fly. For you. For your companion coming with you, if you're on a different mount and it flies, he flies next to you in it.
Oh, that is cool.
I was like, I want to take a screenshot of this, but I'm in a hurry, so I don't have time. Because I was going to actually line up a good screenshot and be like, flying wheel of doom or something.
Oh, I got my inflatable shoes. What was the first mount that I used the inflatable shoes on?
I'm gonna guess you probably did. You probably mounted your water strider anyway.
Nope, I don't have a water strider, so it was my first time actually being able to water stride. I've got the 6-month Dread Raven, and guess what it does on water with the shoes?
The ship, the Dreadwake.
Yeah,
Okay, so it finally does actually float on water
well, kinda
above the
It's like
water.
above the water. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. I still was like, somebody, can you at least make it go down a little bit more? It doesn't have to like swim in the water, just rest on the water. But maybe we'll get that in a few patches or
Yeah, I got the inflatable shoes in the mail because I had it. Well, technically, I had all the water striders, but that's not the point. So I got it in the mail. So I went in and put it on. You know, the first mount I used, my water strider anyway, because that's just where my mouse was used to going when I'm gonna run around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now it's not on my bars.
I never had that one, and
Yeah.
like at some point I'm still gonna get it so I can get the cheaper mount shoes. And I'm crazy.
Yeah, don't go to the auction house because people like me will put up those shoes for like $17K, despite the fact that it costs, if you buy the stuff at the auction house, it costs $2K to make them.
That's where I bought them at 17K.
Oh, you're the one who bought mine. Thank you.
Exactly. It was on Airy Peak, so I probably did.
Yeah. I mean, if it was the cheapest one, they probably were mine. Because I sold a bunch of them real quick. The other one was like at 19K. I'm like, dude, 17K, screw you. And then someone put one copper lower than me, so I took them all off and put them up one copper below them. It's like, no. And I made 5 of them, and I sold 3 in 5 seconds.
So when you resub with gold, remember me.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you helped. That was lovely of you.
Oh, you're welcome. See? And
You know what else was lovely?
what?
Kisses from puppies made of strawberries.
Oh. And now, what did their smarts smell like?
Rainbows.
Okay. Nice.
What does a rainbow smell like? I don't know. But world first for heroic. Queen Azshara, strawberry puppy kisses. That's the name of the guild.
I just picture all these puppies going up to Queen Azshara and going, meow, 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 meow. I mean, I just...
No. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it right. You're going to get to Queen Azshara. You're going to have everyone leave the raid instance. Everyone is going to go to Mechagon to the paint shop. And they're going to get painted. Probably orange because I don't think red's a color. Then you're going to go back. Everyone is covered in the paint still. And everyone's going to put on their corgi goggles. Boom.
Now, would Azshara be a corgi too, or
No.
the just... Okay,
Just
just
friendly.
friendly. Okay.
Yeah, just friendly.
That would be funny to see Azshara as a little puppy.
No, it wouldn't work for me. Now, if you got my... I wonder. If you managed to get mind control from Queen Azshara while you had the puppy goggles on, maybe. Because then your friends are your enemies, and she's your friend. I'm sorry, raid team. I have experimentation to do when we get there. I promise not to kill all of you. More than once.
There's just like this little core going... That's Azshara.
I kind of want to know if that happened. I know some heroic raiders and some mythic raiders. They're not going to do it on mythic, but I might get some heroic people to at least try it.
Let me know. I want to know.
If not, I'll try it when I get to normal. When we get there. So yes. Now, heroic world first really doesn't matter. Unless you're in a guild that is named something a bit like Immortalis. For those of you who get the joke, congrats. If you don't,
over my head.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're a gnome, so everything's over your head. Including my knee.
Ow.
Mm-hmm.
And your sword.
Yeah, well, I mean, it rests on the floor. But anyway, for a heroic, no one really makes a big deal. The only reason people are making a big deal out of this one is because they had a funny name. I still say my personal guild, one of my personal guild banks, Fluffy Ninja Kittens, is slightly better, but that's a personal preference thing because it's mine. Obviously, I think it's better, but this was a nice one too. The reason they got world first over someone like, say, Method or anyone else, one, Method is doing the class stacking thing, so they're making it harder on themselves to try to funnel gear as much as possible. Also, they're doing mythic strategies on heroic bosses to practice for the mythic race whenever it comes up. So they're in no hurry to clear heroic at all. They want to go through, okay, we got this boss. Okay, now we can kill it for real. Dead. Okay, next boss. They're going to work on it for who knows how long. Okay, next, and next, and next. Like, that's what they do. And then they do this with multiple times. Like, here's our clothy raid. Well, I mean, you got to have 2 tanks, so, whatever. But it's normal or heroic. You can run it over and over with the same tanks. Here's the leather raid. Here's the male raid. And by male, I do not mean gender. But, whatever. And then here's the plate raid. Because after raiding that much, you're going to get hungry.
I'm just eating up all these puns.
Well, I am very punny.
And I am glad that there's a method to their madness with all these.
Yeah, well, if it was me, it'd be a madness to my method, but...
Well, that too.
Anyway. So congrats to your heroic world first. You will go down in infamy just for having a cool name. Okay, moving on. We got 2 things left real quick, and then we can get out of here. First off, did you check out the cinematic for what happens at the end of the raid?
I've not watched it, but I've been seeing all the analysis of it, so I think I've got an idea of what's going on.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to spoil anything anyway, so all I will say is if you were looking for answers, you probably had more questions than answers. There is no reason to freaking rage over it. I don't care. We got the answers they wanted to give us. Yes, it would have been nice if it was longer. It's only like 1 minute and 15 seconds or something like that. It didn't have to. We're going to get more stuff. It's fine. Would I have liked it to be longer? Of course. I love cinematics, but...
Well, and the thing that they promised, and we do get it, is they did say we will know what the boss and stuff is, and we do know that. But
do we?
I can't say any more without going into spoilers, so...
After the show. Because it wasn't very clear, which I saw at least 2 distinct possibilities for our last boss.
Okay. And I haven't, I keep meaning to watch it, and I need to actually watch it, so...
Yeah. It's fine. Anyway, I like the cinematic. I wish it would have been longer, of course. But for what it was... it is a thing. My only thing is, and I put this in one of the YouTube comments. Why was there a release valve for the prison? Why was it created to begin with? I just get this feeling like the Titans, like Amanthul is this redneck, and he's going through. He's like, "Hey, we found another one of them there old gods. Should we lock it up?" And everyone's just like, "Duh, shut up, lock it up. Just don't put the release valve in like last time. We don't need that to happen again." And then he just kind of looks at him, "Hold my beer." And I'm just like, "What? No, it makes no sense. Why would you?" It looks like it was. Ugh. That's even what I just said is even more spoilery than I wanted to go, but it's frustrating. Like, it makes no sense at all, short of complete incompetence or someone is lying. And I don't mean someone that grants giant eyeballs to the forehead, of which I still have mine. I will not remove it. It is mine.
Me too. I have mine on my head. Oh, wait. I was supposed to let people know. I've got no eye on my forehead. Yeah. Ignore the eye.
I openly admit it. I only got rid of it on one character because I wanted the toy. That character was not my paladin. My paladin kept it because praise to N'Zoth.
And yeah,
Blessed be his name.
I had a thought. May N'Zoth be with you. That's we say, and also with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. One last thing, and this is just I put it in the notes the way I'm going to say it because I thought the way I came up with it was funny. We have experienced the end of Classic. Beta. He added the music, not me. That was not in the notes. Classic Beta is gone. So if you were enjoying it, sorry. But good news, it means the actual Classic server is coming soon.
It is interesting, though. It's opening on August 27th.
About a month and a half.
Yeah, this seems a little too soon to close, in my opinion.
They've done all the testing they need to do. I mean, they'll probably bring it back for whenever they're opening new stuff. But for like opening day stuff, they're probably good.
Okay.
For the most part. I mean, presuming they have a QA department where they like, oh yeah, we should probably fix these bugs.
How long did betas like for Legion and BFA typically stay online for?
A while. Like, I mean, there was. It's hard to really. It's hard to compare because these are things that weren't out before, whereas this stuff a lot of people already knew. Like, oh yeah, his wife is hiding over there in the dirt because she's dead. Stuff like that. Like, people know where a lot of stuff is, and even if they don't, Wildhead does. So that kind of stuff is not an issue. It's more like getting the bugs, getting the abilities to work right, getting the bugs out, that kind of thing. So I don't think they needed a beta nearly as long as any of the new for BFA or Legion or anything like that. Yeah, they need long betas. Classic, I don't think did because the game had already been out, and now it's just this is what it was. No, really, we found one of those server blades. Someone took my joke seriously at BlizzCon and sent us one.
And the Classic crowd is amazing at having attention to detail. So a lot of the stuff
not always the correct detail, but attention to detail.
Absolutely. Well, even there though, they have enough people to be like, nope, this is from this server that you think that this is from. So there's enough people that are able to find all. So I mean, it's a crowd that the correct information gets out, and all the major bugs would have been reported by now anyway.
Yeah, I'm just mad that they forgot to put the arrows and the markers on the minimap saying where I should go.
There's an add-on for that.
Yeah, but that was a bug report. people were upset because that was not in the game, and they were like, "That's exactly how it used to be."
Yeah.
And I remember that because that's how my first orc character died. Because it didn't tell me where to go. I did not read the quest text clearly enough. So instead of going northeast, I went west. And I found the Barrens. And as soon as I stepped over, it seemed like the entire zone whoosh on me and killed me, and I could not get back. Like every time I got back once, rezzed, dead. I was like, well, I'm screwed. Uninstall, I guess. Turns out I was on the wrong server for my friends anyway, so it really didn't matter. It was a big deal. So we're going to go ahead and get our shout outs and how do people get a hold of us and all that other fun stuff. So Frazley, how about you? Shout outs, how do people get a hold of you, etc. and so forth.
I want to give a shout out to Jay the Tavern Bard. They released an amazing video, a parody of King Magni. Da, 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 da. So it's based off King Ali from Aladdin, the thing that we talked about earlier, and it was amazing. So definitely check that out on YouTube.
Is it a Bollywood video?
No, I think it's actually based on the original animation. So I think it's.
Would have been so much funnier. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. So I'll have to check that out. Send me a link. I'll put it in the show notes.
Okay, let me
do it after. We'll take care of it after.
Afterward, yeah. I get distracted. So, and then you can find me when I'm not getting distracted or when I am getting distracted every week at gnomepodcast.com. So I am interviewing a lot of people's husbands. I don't know why. So by the time this is out, or maybe the day after, I will have talked with Allie's husband. So, and then, Kara, if you're listening, I'm so excited to be able to talk with your husband soon. That sounds strange.
Ask about breaking Kara during raid.
Oh.
Not gonna say how to do it because I don't think she wants that information out there. But ask him how much fun it is for the raid team when someone says something and it breaks her. Because it breaks her for like 5 minutes.
Or how much fun is it on his side?
How much fun for him and for the raid. You don't have to say it's for me.
Well, she might know by the time she hears this.
Probably, but I'll edit this out.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Anyway.
And you can also find me on Twitter at Frazley-tastic.
As for me, easiest way to get a hold of me is at Draven Dresden. I'm creative, aren't I? That's where I'm at pretty much everywhere. As long as you're polite, we can talk. I got in trouble from someone because I forgot to give them credit for their art earlier. And I apologized to them. I was like, I'm sorry, I was in a hurry. But that's really no excuse. So I was like, yeah, it's your art. I liked it. I didn't mean to try to make it seem like I wasn't trying to pass it off as mine. I was just posting it, and I should have given you credit. I apologize. So I got in trouble, but I apologize. We're cool now. It's fine. So yeah, give credit to the artist, people.
Absolutely, because a lot of it is sometimes is like the art gets passed around, and you never know who it's by. I mean, and these artists do some of this stuff to get exposure and to get their name out there. But if you don't give the credit, then someone
I didn't have the time to go looking, but I found the picture itself, and it wasn't attached to that name, so I was just like, and I sent it. Someone was like, "That's not yours. You can't post that." I was like, "I know it's not mine." I couldn't, it was just one of those things that happens. I apologized. Everything's fine now. As for everything else, shout outs, I don't know. I'm going to give a shout out to, I don't know what his in guild name is, but on Twitter it's Jamal_CTR. Because I recently found out, yesterday, that my D&D group died. my Sunday D&D group, whenever I was able to go, it's gone because I was the only one left. Everyone else had life changes at the exact same time, which is weird. I'm starting to think people don't like me.
Yeah, D&D group, raid group.
Yeah,
No, I mean,
all my groups are having everyone leave.
don't worry. Except for next Saturday, I'm not leaving you.
Yeah. That's what they all say. Anyway, Jamal, I put a thing out on Twitter saying I'm looking for a Sunday group, blah, 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 and he replied saying he's going to ask his group, and if they're okay with it, then I don't know what I'll get to play, because I don't know what they're playing yet, but that's an option. Not the option I would pick, but it's an option. Honestly, with what little I know about what they're going to do, it's going to be a combat-heavy thing, so I don't know if I want to play a spellcaster, but at the same time, that's the best chance I have to play my wizard that everyone, players love and DMs hate. So, we'll see. And shout-out number 2 is for a real-life friend who I contacted, and they're like, yeah, we have a real game. We haven't played in a while, but we're going to be picking it up here soon. Did you want a spot? Like, it depends on what day of the week it is. So I might have 2 separate games. I don't know what either one are going to be exactly, so I gotta have information, and I might get to annoy 2 DMs at the same time.
Nice.
Because honestly, I know me, I'm going to pick Wizard again. If I have that option, because that's my favorite. Like, I haven't got to play all of them, but that's my favorite class overall, because I can do so much fun crap. Like, all of you over there, sleep. Oh, look, they're all asleep. You, don't move so fast. They all slow down. I am a DM's worst nightmare, because I actually did my research. I know how things work.
Nice.
And then they get mad at me, and I'm like, these things only work on low levels. Once we get higher, it doesn't work anymore. That's why they're there.
So the eye really does fit.
Ooh. No, that'd be more warlocky. I haven't tried a warlock, because they only have 2 spell slots. I don't know if I could deal with that.
Yeah, need all the power.
All the power. Everything cast at max level, but I can only do 2 spells. Anyway. So there's my update for my life. That was my shout-outs, all that fun stuff. We have a Discord at the show, bit.ly/epicfaildiscord. Opening theme music, bensound.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0, aka they work for Exposure, since we mentioned that before. And yeah. And I haven't talked to anyone. I might do a little post thing after, like an edit thing after the show. So, Fraz, I got to talk to you for just a couple minutes after the show, after we go off the air. But before we get to that, we have to actually end the show. And that happens with... Do you have any last words for the show?
Robots like Five Guys, burgers, and fries.
Okay.